Welcome back. I am in conversation with my son. Now we are discussing his education journey. The moment he arrived in university and the moment he qualified from university. So welcome, Mr. Atha. Did you feel homesick? Did you feel yourself as kind of strange? What was your initial feeling about this country, university, this kind of... Just be honest, tell me your experiences.
Okay, it was the 9th of September 2022 when I was supposed to be on this flight to London, Gatwick. However, that day, I'm gonna mention this because that day I was supposed to come to the UK for the first time. The Queen died. And so my flight was shifted a day after. I came to the UK, I landed with a friend. My friend was already living here, so he was pretty alright. But the moment I landed here, I didn't like what I was seeing. I had come from Turkey, and you know how Turkey has developed so fast. It's a modern, like the infrastructure and everything, it's all nice and clean and new. And then I landed in Gatwick, and then I'm seeing like, you know, dirt, like old walls, paint chipping off, like really run down. So I felt a little, you know, down. And then I got into the train. I'm seeing these houses, all brick houses, you know, like all of them copy paste. To this day, I actually still have this opinion about brick houses. I just think it's, yeah. But then I came, stayed with them a couple of days. I was quiet. I did not speak to anyone. I couldn't. I was homesick so badly. It's a new country and I'm overwhelmed. And coming as a Pakistani, obviously you think a certain type of way, being in a foreign country as well. But yeah, then I had to leave my friend to go to my university campus. So I got a bus that took me there, and I landed or reached at midnight or like 2 a.m. or something. And I just didn't know what to do. I had no phone, no nothing. So I immediately got off the bus, saw some other people, headed to the uni, split a cab with them, and made it to the uni. I'm just so overwhelmed at this point. I don't know what to do. So I go to security, get my keys, ask someone to guide me where my room is, and then I go into my room.
And at that time we were very young as well, you know.
Yeah.
Confidence issue, you were not looking mature at that time because you came as an undergraduate student. So many things, you know, even as a parent, we were thinking that it was tremendous task you were undertaking.
That's true, yeah. So yeah, opened my door, tiny room, and I felt really down, so I couldn't do it. But then I slept very difficult. It was quite hard to sleep. Then I finally woke up, and then my homesickness was over.
The day one, it was over.
That was it. I woke up.
It was your own self-confidence, self-determination which made you overcome this feeling of homesickness, or the overall environment made you?
I don't know what it was, but it just ended the very next day.
And you thought that this is where you are going to build your future?
I mean, I didn't think like that.
Yeah, that has actually helped you to recover from that homesickness, feeling of down feeling and other things.
Yeah.
Okay. So initially, Atahan, tell me, how did you get used to this kind of life? You know, how quickly you made some new friends, contacts, you know, that from that point onwards you think that you become part of the society, culture and everything. So how long it took you to fully assimilate, or you can partially assimilate with local people and, you know, university atmosphere? And
okay, well, I'd say this because it's a very international uni. This Essex uni has people from all countries in the world. So obviously to assimilate meant assimilating with my campus. And it's an international campus, so that was my comfort zone. To answer your question, it took me less than a week to not only make friends, but also to host a gathering between all these random people I never met. And I was a bit of a sort of like the guy that organized those things. And same thing with class. We got enrolled. I created like the first group chat. I would always message people and sort of show that initiative. And yeah, at the end of the day, the whole house knew each other. I knew the entire house. I knew the entire school, and it was not long after
And slowly, gradually, you got used to it, and you started enjoying it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's right. Absolutely good transformation. One day you'll also take me to your uni tour, and we'll see it that from which house, from which classroom, or from which auditorium you started your life.
Yeah.
So we will have a campus tour in one day. Okay, Atahan, don't you think that your experiences of having mixed background, Pakistan, Turkey, also helped you to assimilate quickly, mostly they see people who are coming from Pakistan, maybe especially from Sindh, they get used to this kind of new environment very, with a lot of difficulties. So how do you see?
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. There's a very big mistake that everyone does. I call it a mistake because I never did that. I'm about to get to it. Everyone is going to stick with their culture. Whether they be Turkish, Pakistani, Indian, they're going to stick with their people. Now, I knew that from the first day I'm not going to do that. Because what's the point? You come all the way here only to stick around with your people. What about the learning, the growth, the different people you're going to meet? So because of that, I always made sure to be very open.
So that made you, easily assimilate with the culture. Yeah.
Yeah. So I would say that go out there, meet, make so many different friends, learn different cultures, and yeah, that's what I did.
Okay, talking about your academics, do you think that university education in UK is a bit tough or disciplined? How do you see it? Because you have been doing A levels, O levels in Pakistan, that you had an experience previously. How did you find university education? Is it really tough? Is it easy? Or if you're, kind of disciplined, it becomes easier on you. How do you see the education system in UK, especially in your university?
I think it's much easier compared to doing O levels, A levels, IGCSE. Back there, obviously, when you take the core subjects like math, physics, science, chemistry, all that, it definitely is so much random information, well, core information. But then once you come into uni, it's very different. You suddenly don't have to be in class. You just need to be in 3 days a week, 2 hours a day. Rest is all you. I guess because I came into a primarily research-based uni, my degree, law, involved a lot of self-study, which is why a lot of my time was free. I could do anything I want. So I'd say that's more freedom. It allows you to explore and do this by yourself, which I think is much better than a forced curriculum.
So do you think that anybody who comes to this university, get admission, eventually qualify, get the degree and go back to their countries, or there are also failure ratio, unsuccessful ratio among the students? Do you have any idea?
For people to return?
No, everybody comes and joins university. Do everybody get the degree or not?
Oh yeah, everyone probably. 95% gets a degree.
So the less failure ratio, maybe you can say.
Definitely. There's many reasons to get kicked out of a university. I think if attendance is one of the biggest ones as an international, you need to attend more than 75% of your, even more. Otherwise, Home Office is gonna deport you.
Okay. The other part in education in university is financial part. The fees, the education fee, tuition fee are, I can say, very heavy. So don't you think that everyone who comes here feels same financial difficulty or not?
Yeah.
Or some countries, maybe nationals, they get less tuition fee, Europeans get less tuition fee, but especially who are coming from Pakistan, we have to pay tremendously high amount of tuition fee and also living expenses to our children. It's really hard.
Yes, very true. Surprisingly though, there's still so many Pakistanis. I know it's very difficult, especially given the country's economic situation. There are some countries that have it easier, like Kuwait. They get free education from their government. I have so many Kuwaiti friends who just come in for free. Everything.
Yeah.
Some countries have it easy. European national students do have to pay that international student fees because of Brexit.
No Brexit, yeah. But nationals are paying less. UK nationals.
British residents, they pay home fees significantly lesser than. That's where they make the money. That's where we come in. You know, we're here to help their economy.
So you think that this education has turned out to be an industry for UK? They're making a lot of money because there's so many universities. They are pulling so many students from all over the world. So making a lot of money, isn't it?
I think this is a very tricky subject. I can't say that. Also because higher education is in a bit of a crisis at the moment. Because a lot of universities are facing financial difficulties, campus closures. This is one of actually the campaigns that I'm leading on as per my job. The higher education sector is suffering because of Brexit heavily. Since there's less international students, new policy changes are making it harder for international students to even get enrolled, which means less international fees coming into the uni's pockets. Therefore, they have to cut down on services. They have to. It's a whole big mess. So, I think they do need the money to survive.
What about the cost of living? It's very heavy here in UK when we compare with our own countries. So even yesterday I wrote a post that how everything is costly here. Even I saw a mango costing 2.5 pounds, which is 1,000 rupee, only one piece of mango and small mango. So how did you cope with this cost of living with limited amount you were getting as a pocket money from our side? So it was always difficult.
Yes, absolutely. Because if you're not earning here, you're not gonna you're gonna find this place extremely expensive. Well, that was my case. You know, getting allowance from yours truly, from you. It was quite demanding. But then, once you actually get paid here, it still is quite high, but it's not as bad. Most of my money goes to rent and utilities anyway. So.
And do the students get some financial support, scholarship from the uni, or there's absolutely no chance for that?
I shouldn't say anything I'm not really aware of. I do know that we have an emergency hardship fund of just £100. There are other stuff out there for sure, other plans, opportunities. I'm sure it exists. I just don't know.
What about part-time jobs? Are they easily available? How many hours you are allowed to do on a student visa?
I think it's easy if you know what you're doing. If you go in to a specific industry, like if you want to do hospitality, that you can get a job, but you can't just get it just because there's a vacancy. You do need to persuade them into giving you the job. I have a very good trick when it comes to getting a job here. I actually helped many people get jobs here as well. One thing, you go to every single store in town, ask if they have a job. Then you narrow them down, so then you go back there, and this time you sort of pose as someone who just needs the extra hours. Someone who already knows what he's doing. You know, I'm only taking this job because I just need the extra hours. If you don't give me, that's fine. Just putting it out there. No CV needed. I've gotten so many trial shifts. So
it's your specific case. Nobody, not everybody will be like you. Just knocking their door and getting the job is really difficult, challenging. Even if I put this challenge to myself, I can't do that. Knocking the door,
definitely.
getting the job.
There is that element of smooth talking and charming the
Tell me one
managers,
thing you told me, that you have been selected, actually given a trial, and then later they rejected you because you look more like an aristocrat, not a waiting boy. They said that you are looking more like an aristocrat, so you are not fit for this job.
Oh yeah. That was very silly. First of all, it was my first ever job. I showed up wearing very formal. It was just a waiting job. I don't know why I did that. Then one shift later, they said, we're not going to let you be, because the pay they were offering was illegal. It was £7 an hour. It's ridiculous. It's below minimum wage. So they were like, they knew that I wasn't going to be happy with that. So yeah.
So you left it.
They just let me go.
Okay, now what kind of advice you give it to the, those students who are in Pakistan, they are trying or, dreaming to come to UK. Is it really ideal? Should they take it? I mean, not many parents will be able to support their education. What kind of advice, general advice you want to give these students? Because in my group where I'm doing these weekly sessions, they're all young professionals. They would like to shape their future, and some of them may be dreaming to come to UK. What kind of advice you want to give them?
I think we'll focus on studies, get your grades up. When it comes time to actually be here, there's a couple of things to keep in mind. It won't be ideal for most of the time of the year. Now, education is top class here. You will get a good degree, and you will get a very respected degree and a good education here. But when it comes to the living aspect of it, Brits themselves want to leave this country. There's a lot of stuff that's happening in politics that makes it very undesirable. This is actually an area that is very...
It's a very political, maybe.
Yeah. Immigration is being frowned upon at the moment, especially from Pakistan.
There's one challenge, other challenge is that this is, kind of, you can say, image we have in Pakistan, that once you go to Europe and especially UK, as if all jobs, doors of all jobs are open. It's not the case, even you come here, get degree, you still find a lot of difficulty in getting good jobs, isn't it?
Yeah.
That means the job market is shrinking even in UK. It's not even an ideal place to find a job.
Absolutely,
as compared to Europe, Europe has many opportunities. Even Canada, USA has also many opportunities. The
true.
economy of UK is shrinking now. Only highly qualified professionals can get good jobs, but not everyone will be lucky enough to get a job.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Absolutely. And to add to that, let's assume that you got a degree now. I've got a degree now. What's it going to be? There's a million other people like me fighting for the same 10 jobs that sponsor you. So what's going to happen? You're going to come looking for jobs, but no one's going to want to sponsor you. And you need to get sponsored to be able to continue working here if you want to work here. So if your aspects are to get a job and to work here, it's very difficult, and that's what happens to most Pakistanis. They come here, they get their degree. 3 years later, they struggle to find a job, and then their visa ends, and they have to go back.
Yeah. This also tell me that this concept, even it was new for me, the sponsorship. So what are the merits of a sponsorship, and how it helps you in getting immigration first of all, then citizenship? What's the role of this sponsorship? What is it? Is sponsorship?
Okay, sponsorship is a company's willingness to fund your visa. For them, it costs anywhere from £4,000 to £7,000. If they really like you, they want to keep you, and they want you to be an asset to their company, they can issue a visa for you. But the qualifications must be met. For example, they must be on the registered employers that can sponsor. There's a lot of them, but everyone wants to get hired in companies like that, so it's very competitive. I think if you're under 26, if I'm not wrong, you get a sort of the threshold you must earn is lower. So if you're above 26, you need to make up to 40,000. You need to make £40,000 a year. And your job must be a university level 6 level job. So meaning you can't just be like a janitor that earns 50,000 a year. You need to, that job must be connected to some education.
So what is the, any idea, for example, if a 10 or 15 jobs available in a company, would they prefer, international maybe staff members, or they prefer their own nationals?
It's because of the new laws, which just keeps changing. It didn't used to be 40,000, it used to be lower. And so as the years go by and the bar goes higher, some companies have just pulled out of sponsorship. They don't want to sponsor anymore. It's also just a hassle.
When selecting their new employees, would they only prefer, for example, given the chance, only British nationals or also international employees?
I mean, if you were an employer, would you prefer someone who has to get paid 7,000 or just someone who can work tomorrow? Of course, you'd pick the British one.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, because then you don't have to sponsor the visa and other things, many things also.
Exactly.
And eventually it comes to the mind that these are British nationals, so they should get benefit out. So your challenges are compounding you in a way.
Yeah.
Being a foreigner, the jobs are shrinking, and there are a lot of British people who are also competing for the same jobs. So it's getting difficult, yes.
Very much so.
Okay, so now we talked some hindsight of living in UK, but now tell me some good things about UK, life in UK. Okay, we are in conversation with my son. We have not finished yet. More to come. Stay tuned.